Hello, everybody. This is Leafy is here, and I'm here with this guy.
I don't exist. I'm not a guy.
Did I assume your gender?
Yes.
I'm so very sorry. Anyways, we are going to read a fan fiction. Understandable? Understandable. All right. So I'll start us off. You have to admit, the League of Villains had some perks, even if you weren't a member. The police and heroes were so busy trying to deal with the dangerous group that normal criminals like yourself usually slipped through the cracks. After all, who would waste time apprehending a simple cat burglar when there were more and more violent villains appearing every week? You'd always made a point to avoid hurting anyone during your jobs. You weren't even dangerous, just greedy. Probably wasn't even worth it to bring you to the police. Your quirk, costume change, allowed you to recover yourself in whatever kind of clothing you desired. Not recover, just cover. Just cover.
Yeah.
You could probably take a smash from All Might himself in your strongest armor, but you'd never thought to defend yourself against less physical attacks. And that's why it's easy for present Mike to disorient you with a scream as you flee the jewelry store with your loot. You fall mid-jump, landing hard in an alley you don't recognize. You force yourself back up. You're faster than him, you just have to shake him off. You turn a corner and let out a yell of frustration. It's a dead end, and Eraserhead is standing in front of you. You have just enough time to realize you're cornered before your quirk vanishes and you feel the rough fabric of his capture scarf snap tight around you, binding your arms uselessly to your sides. Honestly, all this trouble is almost worth it for the expression on the hero's face when they get close enough to fully see you. Your quirk has a downside in that the clothes it creates only exist while you're actively using your power. When it gets erased, the costume went with it. Mike's mouth falls open a bit in surprise before just forming a spirk. A spirk?
Spurk? What the fuck?
I might have autism. Hold on. A smirk. And he lowers those tacky shades to get a better view of your bare skin. Nice job, buddy! We should team up more often!
Shut up! I didn't know she'd be naked.
Eraser snaps. I didn't know Eraserhead sounded like SpongeBob. I mean Patrick. Pulling a bottle of eye drops out of his pocket and yanking his goggles off his face. You take a good look at him. He's always hated the media, and you've never actually seen him before. He looks exhausted as you take in the large scar under his eye, the messy hair, the stubble on his face. He could definitely use a good night's sleep, but you're surprised how attractive he is. His own eyes take a brief second to look you up and down, and you can't miss the blush appearing on his cheeks. It would be almost cute if he wasn't trying to arrest you. Mike's boots are loud as he approaches, the other man stepping aside so they've got your back against the door. So, what should we do with her? The loud hero asks. He steps closer and your pulse skyrockets, but he only reaches out and grabs the bag of jewelry you've taken. The cops are too swamped with the League to deal with this. He continued. I don't want to read this anymore. Okay.
Yes, you do.
I know where this is going. His grin widens, and his other hand suddenly grips your chin, bringing your face up to look at him. Plus, she's super cute! It'd be a shame just to throw her in jail.
That's right!
You agree immediately. Could you talk your way out of this? You really, really don't want to go to prison with the real villains.
Look, you already took back the jewels. No harm done, right? I'll even pay for the window I broke, and we can just forget all about this. Sound good?
You look up at the heroes hopefully. Mike is positively beaming with delight, but Eraser's face is completely blank. The stoic one shakes his head.
Mike, stop fucking her. You know we can't let her go. I'll stop fucking with her. I'm also slightly autistic. Mike. Mike, stop fucking with her. You know we can't let her go. She'll just do it again.
Yeah, probably. But you know you don't want to bother with this any more than I do, he argues. We can just take care of her ourselves, he suggests. His eyes look over your bare skin again, and it's impossible to miss the way he focuses on your exposed chest. Oh, that's what he wants. Eraser lets out a tired sigh.
You're joking. You're not gonna fuck some third-rate villain in an alley in exchange for freedom. This isn't a porno.
Mike's smirk doesn't deflate at all. Of course not! We're just here to stop a robbery, and this innocent civilian is so grateful she wants to give us a reward. But it's all just business as usual. He slaps his hand on the wall next to your head and leans in towards you. How about it, sweetheart? That all sound right to you? His other hand plays with your hair, waiting for an answer. Oh, yeah. Okay. You swallow hard, considering his offer. You have no reason to trust him. The villains could still haul you off to the police
Excuse me?
station at any point. The heroes, no, they're not villains. I mean, the story makes them look like villains. I don't want to... You could reject him and try escaping again, but the odds are terrible. They're both attractive. You confirm to yourself with another look at them. Slowly, you nod.
Okay, I mean, yeah, that's what happened. Thank you for saving me from the robber.
Mike looks like a predator about to attack. Smart girl! Yeah! Okay.
No.
He whispers, and then his mouth is on you. His kisses are quick and rough, biting at your lip and giving you no time to breathe. The hand in your hair slips down to your chest. Kneading, no, I'm just joking. Kneading your breast so hard you wonder if you'll be bruised tomorrow. Mike's fingers pinch sharply at your nipple, and you cry out, but are immediately silenced by his tongue shoving into your mouth. Oh, this is at a point where it's too far. Okay. He's working both your breasts now, alternating between soft touches and punishing attention without warning. His hips are pressing you back into the wall. You can feel him getting hard through his pants. Kevin. You don't know if he really plans on fucking you here in the street, but you're rapidly warming up to the idea. He moves to kiss and bite at your neck, and this time you're sure he's leaving marks that you'll have to explain later. You start to struggle in your bindings. You want to wrap your arms around him and pull him flush against you, but you're tied up too tightly to move. So, how do you feel about this so far?
I am intrigued.
You are? That's good.
No, but I'm pretending to be.
I say 10 out of 10 character development.
Yes.
It's about 11 out of 10 on the rape scale. So there you go.
So far.
Yeah, so far. Your partner moves further south, pressing kisses along the swell of your breast as you're trying as hard as you can to keep your voice under control. You need to start moaning, Kevin. His eyes are narrow at the sight of your bitten lip. He wants to hear you beg. You gotta beg, Kevin?
Please.
He wraps his mouth around your nipple, tongue rolling over the hard bud. You don't notice his humming at first until the movement of his tongue grows faster and your eyes widen and you realize he's using his quirk like a vibrator on you.
Mike, more, please.
You whine. That's not a very whiny voice. That's a very dominatrix voice for being considering that you're tied up in this. I'm sure you can imagine present Mike's his freaking toothpick mustache grazing your belly. You whine. You press your thighs together, feeling yourself getting all wet. Getting wet.
I'm
At his
pretty moist.
actions. There's a popping sound when he releases you, giving one final lick before switching to show the other side equal affection. You close your eyes, calling out his name, praising him for his work, and you're too absorbed in the feeling to notice anything else other than another mouth is smothering yours. Your eyes shoot open in surprise, and you instinctively try to jerk away. Oh, Eraserhead is still here. You'd kind of assumed that he'd gone home already. Mike's lips pull away from your chest with some reluctance. Hey! Glad you decided to play! He grins at his friend. Sounds great, doesn't she? Eraser snorts.
If I left you alone, you'd wake up half the city. Besides, didn't you say we're the ones getting rewarded here?
He's playing it off like he's a sly dog.
Yes.
He doesn't wait for an answer before he's kissing you again. His stubble feels wonderfully. His toothpick mustache feels wonderfully rough against your cheek, and you happily open your mouth for his tongue. He seems more in control of himself. His affections more precise and deliberate, as his fingers tangle in your hair to angle your head just right. Mike wastes no time in resuming his task, rubbing his tongue fast around your nipples until not even Eraser's mouth can keep you quiet. You've never come from just breast stimulation, but at this moment it's a serious possibility. Kevin, have you ever come from rubbing your nipples?
Yes.
I have too. Okay. You arch your back against the wall, forcing yourself closer into Mike's body. And then it stops. Both men pull away from you, Mike looking disappointed. Why'd you stop me? The excited hero whines.
This isn't about her.
Kevin, are you even reading, Kevin? It seems like you take a really long time to start.
It takes a minute to do this voice, because I need to think about it. Shut up.
The other reminds him, his eyes red from canceling the noise quirk. They both move back in front of you.
Get on your knees.
He commands. You pause, glancing at the hard pavement beneath you. He yanks on the end of the scarf, still wrapped tightly around you, and you're pulled to the ground. The two men look down at you, and in this position you feel so vulnerable, and it shouldn't possibly be this arousing.
I'm gonna take this off.
He tells you, tugging at the scarf again.
Behave.
That fucking laugh. We're only halfway through this.
He frees your arms but keeps the capture weapon tied tightly around your waist as a warning. Two sets of eyes stare into you, and they lower their zippers as you're finally faced with what they've wanted this entire time. I don't want to read this.
I will.
No, I got this.
You sure?
Yeah, I'm sure. Mike's conch is long but a bit thin, already fully hard with a drop of pre-cum on his slit. I actually hate that word. Okay. Eraser's dick is shorter but noticeably thicker. Flushed a darker shade that looks so good against the rest of his skin. You let out a shaky breath, and you can't help imagining how different but good both would feel inside of you, and you lick your lips. I think she's impressed! Mike says, almost laughing, and he impatiently shifts forward to poke your cheek. Open wide, sweetheart! I'm reading this too loud. Oh, God. Okay.
You're not loud enough.
Without a word, you take his head into your mouth, brushing your tongue against the slit. Oh, my God. Can we just change the word slit to redacted? Okay. He grunts, fingers threading into your hair. Rolling over the head, your hand moves to stroke at his base, earning a pleased hum. In the corner of your eye, you see Eraser watching you, and your other hand reaches over to palm him. Mike gives a particularly hard thrust into your throat, causing you to gag and pull him out. You increase the speed of your hand, rubbing up and down his length as Eraser's turn to use your mouth. Okay. There's a thick vein on his shaft that you follow, peppering his cock with playful licks and kisses before swirling your tongue around his tip. His moan is pleasingly deep and sends a shiver of desire through you. You know what I'm realizing?
Yes.
My channel will be demonetized before it even gets a chance to get monetized.
Yes. Off it goes.
Alright, go ahead, Kevin.
Good kitten.
He growls above you and brushes his fingers through your hair in affection. Ever the attention hog, Mike reaches for your face and drags you over for another round of use. I hate that too. This time you offer him long stripes licked up his length while you squeeze his balls, earning a growl so loud your other partner threatens to shut off his quirk again. Meanwhile, Eraser got he got his fist around your hand, guiding you on the exact type of treatment he wants on his dick before letting you try on your own. When you get another chance for him. Oh god. I lost where I was. I was lost in my imagination. No. Okay. When you get another chance for him, you inhale deeply before taking him deep in your mouth. He's the shorter of the two. Deep throating him should be easier, but it still takes effort on your part to make him fit.
Not yet. That's enough.
He scolds when you've only taken half of him in. At least he's now covered in your saliva, making it even easier to glide your hand up and down his girth. Mike has no such patience. As soon as your lips are free, he's turning your head to thrust between them again. You can tell he's trying to hold back for your sake, but there are still tears in your eyes, and he feeds more of his dick into your throat. You're more ready for it this time, and despite the discomfort, you manage to take it. He looks at you with eyes full of need, and his hands tangle in your hair. Your fingers reluctantly leave their job of smearing Eraser's pre-cum around his tip. You need both hands to grab onto Mike's hips for support as he begins to fuck your face at a brutal pace. Begins to fuck your face at a brutal pace. Dude, these are Crazy Train lyrics. It hurts, and you're going to be sore tomorrow, but the expression he wears is nothing but pure desire, and fuck if it's not, knowing you're the reason for it. But soon it's all too much. You can't breathe, and you start to squirm against his hands, and you feel him shudder above you. His dick twitches deep within your throat, warm cum flowing down as his grip on your skull relaxes, and he lets you draw back. You lick your lips again, and he grins, tugging himself back into his pants. But you're not done. Now that Mike has taken care of you, Mike has been taking care of you. Have no distractions from giving Eraser your full attention. He instructs you to go slow. So Mike enjoys saying the word kitten. I'm realizing. President Mike has a cat fetish.
Who doesn't have a cat girl fetish?
That's true. No. He instructs you to go slow, taking care to drag your tongue over every inch of him, tease his balls with just the right touches. Take only the tip in your mouth to suck. Even when he proceeds to face fuck you. Every time I read the word face and fuck in the same sentence, I want to die. Okay. His movements are controlled and even. It's not until the very end that his thrusts take on a wild edge, urgent and sloppy, but nowhere near as much as Mike's had been. He pulls out most of the way before he finishes, making sure his release coats your mouth and tongue instead of flowing down your throat.
Open, let me see.
He demands as you immediately obey, sticking out your tongue to show him the mess. He gestures for you to swallow, and you're happy to do so.
Good kitten.
He repeats, brushing a thumb over your cheek with surprising fondness. Not amazing fondness or light fondness. No, surprising fondness.
Don't worry about the
he's
surprising
gay.
fondness.
He only bangs girls named Joke. Okay, I don't want to hear it.
Okay.
You move to stand up at last, but your knees protest and give out on you. Instantly, your new friends move to catch you. Your new friends. You end up sprawling in Eraser's lap with Mike kneeling in front of you. Before you can stand again, that pesky scarf is back. Your arms are yanked up and your hands bound together behind Eraser's neck, effectively trapping you in place. Mike's eyes are digging into you in mischief, and you're almost nervous for his next move.
It's you.
Oh, you're right, it is me. You know what? Our girl did so well, I think she deserves a little reward of her own. How about it? You feel the man above you nod, and the rumble in his chest as he agrees.
What?
The question never makes it past your lips.
Wait. Wait. No, fuck. Ugh. Stop laughing.
What are you, Waluigi? Wah!
There you go. I was trying to go like. I can't do it. Whack.
Wah!
Alright, you can go.
The question never makes it past your lips. Several of Eraser's fingers enter your mouth to silence you a moment before Mike lurches forward to bury 2 long digits in your soaked pussy. You writhe in place. It's so sudden but so good, and a muffled moan escapes you. Eraser's free hand moves to your chest, teasing your nipples that are still achingly sensitive from the previous attention. It doesn't take long before you're grinding into the hand between your legs, desperate to be touched after everything else tonight. Mike chuckles, spreading you open wider with his elbow. Oh no. I don't want to think about this. And swipes his tongue firmly over your... Okay, so at first, when I imagined the scene, she was facing with udders down, but now she's facing with udders up. I'd like to point that out.
Well, I think that's just because you're fucking autistic.
I'm sorry. She tastes so great. You gotta try it. You hear between your thighs when he finally comes up for air. Your entire body is shaking. You know. Okay. No. I'd like to point out where they did not tell me that he was switching. Oh yeah, he swipes his tongue, but it only says he swipes his tongue. It doesn't say that he was giving her like complete oral. There's a
Kyle,
plot hole here.
Tongues can taste things.
I know that, but it says when he finally comes up for air, so it's like it insinuates that he was down there for a while, but it says he was only down there for like a second. But
You know what? Don't worry about it.
is there a paragraph missing? Eraser has given up on gagging you in favor of using both hands for your breast. His dick already hard again against your back. Wait, okay. Oh, so I'm overanalyzing this. Just accept it. Okay, Mike adds a third finger into you, and you bite your lips sharply, trying to keep from screaming. He's found this particular spot inside you that makes you see stars, and your breath catches in your throat every time he touches you, torturing you until you're ready to break. grateful when finally he withdraws his hand, hoping you'll get a moment to regain your sanity before the abuse continues. But you're wrong. You don't even notice Eraser's arm moving until he has to reposition you to reach between your thighs. Mike focuses, moves back to your I can't say the word. Okay. Latching his lips around it and dragging his tongue against your overstimulated nerves. You're moaning their names, begging them to let you come. Come on, Kevin, give us a little bit of filler noise.
Daddy Mike?
Daddy Mike! You can't handle any more from them. Eraser shifts behind you, pulling his fingers out and bringing them to his mouth to taste your pussy.
He's right. You do taste good.
I'm gonna have a lot of fun in Photoshop when we're done here, making a thumbnail. Oh man. The scratch of his stubble is almost agonizingly good against your skin as he presses to kiss your temple. Go on, let her go, he suggests to his partner. For a moment you misunderstand. You're genuinely afraid that they're going to stop now and leave you so unsatisfied. You were just begging. I don't want to talk about it. Okay.
Didn't let me read my line.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
That's fine. Go.
No,
Go.
no, read it. Come on.
Go. Go on. Let her go.
Your actual voice sounds more like the more like Eraserhead than the Patrick voice, okay? But you've already started the Patrick voice. You gotta.
Go on. Let her go.
He suggests to his partner. For a moment you misunderstand, and you're genuinely afraid that they're going to stop now and leave you unsatisfied. And then Mike activates his quirk again, the hum vibrating strongly and directly on your painfully sensitive clit. Here, let me mimic this for the listeners. Oni-chan!
Are you adding lore?
What is this?
You have no idea how loud you scream when you finally land your orgasm. Give us an ahegaho, Kevin. You don't realize how fast both men move to cover your mouth before you're caught. You're not even aware of how violently you thrash in the Eraser's lap, mind shutting down at the overwhelming pleasure. By the time you come down from your high, every muscle in your body is exhausted. It takes you a full minute to notice that the scarf has left you completely and your heroes are working together to help you stand up. They fix your messy... Wait, hold on. Wait a minute. Wait, they fix you. They fix their messy... Okay, I read your messy clothes and I was confused. And they look around for years before you remember with a laugh that you only had your quirk. You look at them with a comfortable silence before you ask,
Well, what now?
We should get out of here. Someone probably heard the end of that.
Eraser points out.
Your place is closer.
Mike agrees and turns to you. Sweetheart. Oh god. Oh, I almost made a big oopsie. Sweetheart! You think you can make yourself some clothes for a couple of minutes? We just need to take this somewhere private. You close your eyes, and your frazzled mind manages to create a simple black dress and shoes. They're pretty boring, but you're in no condition to put forth any more effort. Eraser bends down to pick up the bag of jewels that had been discarded long ago and shuffles through the contents.
I'll get these back to the cops and meet you there.
He takes a second to remember Mike's story.
So the thief made a run for it, and then quit and ditched the goods when we showed up. All the missing jewelry is accounted for, except...
You Your eyes go wide as he pulls out a simple pennant, dangling it in front of you. It's tiny and unimpressive compared to the rest of your haul, but you thought it was pretty when you grabbed it. Both of them smile at you as he fastens it around your neck.
One piece is gone. It's such a small thing. It probably just fell out on the street. The owner's insurance should cover it.
Okay, chilled. Maybe it's time to retire from this whole villain thing. And thus is the end of business as usual. So looking back in review, I give it a 12 out of 10 for fake rape, and a 6 out of 10 for character building.
Yeah.
You agree full-heartedly?
Yeah.
What about where do you place this on the rape scale?
Ooh, on the like actual rape or fake rape scale? Because I mean,
Both.
I mean, fake rape. I would give it a 0 on the fake rape because you know what? Never mind. I'll give it a solid 8 on the fake rape scale, but a 0 on the real rape scale because there was consent. You know.
Yeah, but it was
they wanted
consent.
you. You know what? There was no.
There was no.
So legally, there was no rape.
The no.
There's no. So
Well,
makes it a yes.
Thank you for reading this with me, Kevin. And thank you for listening to the 3 subscribers that I have. And this is the end of Soup Dupes.
You can't just do that.
I can do that because it's not copyright infringement.